Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters. We are happy to see you again here on Wednesday at night when you can choose to lay down and chill, but now you choose to develop yourself in public speaking. We are glad to see you, and let me share my screen. Hope you can see this very well. Okay, so please keep in mind that this official session is recorded, so dress and talk properly and turn on your video to share enthusiasm. Also remember that mute your microphone unless it is your turn to speak. We also have a Zoom naming guide. If you are a guest, put G before your name. If you are taking a role, please specify before your name. For more info, you can visit hailing.me/motivators. Let's start with why. Why do we exist? We are looking for valuable skills, and we believe that public speaking is one of them. We can add our value by being a competent speaker. We can shape our skills for specific purpose of public speakers. And furthermore, we can learn and practice in a structured approach. We also believe that public speaking is a long-term journey. It is marathon, not a sprint. We know that we can gain insights from a full-day workshop, but to make a long-lasting effect, we need to practice consistently. And with the power of network, we can empower each other. We can transfer knowledge and experience. So we exist since 22 years ago, co-founded by former Minister of Education, Professor Wardiman Joyonegoro, and also Mr. Budiharjo Disuryo. Gladly, we are still connected across the generations. We are also part of Toastmasters International, acquiring their international curriculum named Pathways, which offers specialized modules and international certificates. We are also eligible to join tiered speech contest from the club level, advancing gradually until international level. About pathways, there are 11 options of path. Imagine path is like a major in university. What type of public speaker that do you aspire to be? You can shape your skills specifically. Even we are not limited to one path because we also have elective modules. So the opportunities are endless. Our regular meeting consists of prepared speech when our registered member deliver their speech based on the Pathways project assignment. We also have table topics. It is an impromptu speech when any one of us, either member or even guest and first timer, you can try to deliver speech spontaneously within 1 until 2 minutes. The topics are resolved around meeting theme. And we also have evaluations because there is always room for improvement. We always stay hungry, stay bullish. We don't want to be satisfied with our level. That's why evaluation is highly important. That is when our prepared speakers are evaluated by individual evaluators, and also the whole meeting is evaluated by role takers. So we have network, we have creative meeting setups, and we have this kind of midweek schedule for online. But for offline, we do it on Saturday once a week. Find out more in this link, hailing.me/motivators. We have put our club profile, our social media links, and also our meeting agenda. But I will share the meeting agenda also to this chat box. And our meeting is specifically led by Toastmaster of the meeting. In general term, it is MC. And for tonight, our Toastmaster of the meeting is Toastmaster Ulfi. The time is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hans. Okay, so hi everyone, my fellow Toastmaster and guests. First of all, First of all, let's raise our right hands and wave to the screen and say hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So
Hi.
let's talk about our theme for tonight. As you know, tomorrow would be Heroes Day. So the 10th of November is celebrated as National Heroes Day in Indonesia to commemorate the heroism of Indonesian patriots during the 1945 battles of Surabaya against the British along with the Dutch. So our Toastmasters Club would love to celebrate it in our own way by bringing it to the discussion table. But before I explain tonight's meeting agenda, let's do some quiz. Let's see if you are the sleepy hat or not during the history class. So yeah, let's start with this woman. Is there anyone who knows who is she?
Yes.
Feel free.
Cut Nyadin. Cut Nyadin.
Great. Good job. Okay, next one. What about him?
1,000 men. Timur.
True?
Patimura, Kapitan Patimura.
True. It's 1,000 men, but also Patimura from Ambon. And last one, let's see if you could guess this
Hajar
one.
Dewantara.
True. True. That's great. Nice. So, however, the question are whether the definition of a hero is limited to someone who is on the battlefield only, or like how do you guys define heroes? Like what makes a person a hero? So let's discuss it together. So for tonight, here's our meeting agenda. There are two main parts of our Toastmasters Club meeting. Firstly, the prepared speech session is where we have our members deliver speeches based on their Pathways project. And in part 2 of our meeting, we will have members and guests practice their impromptu speech skills. And after that, we would have an evaluation session, and lead to the last session, there would be an awarding session. So, and in each meeting, we choose the word of the day. And for tonight's meeting, the word we choose is sacrifice. It's a verb. The meaning is to give up something that is valuable to you in order to help another person. For example, many women sacrifice their own ambitions to put their family first. And there is also another example. It's the only bit of free time I get in the week, and I'm not prepared to sacrifice it. So yeah, we encourage you guys to use the words of the day during our meeting tonight. And as Toastmaster of the meeting, it is my duty to introduce the team who will assist in the running of tonight's meeting. And I would like to call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Alvin, who will introduce the teams. Time is yours, Toastmaster Alvin.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ulfi. We are here in evaluation team. What are we without evaluation, right? We're just people, 8 people talking each other every week. So what can we improve? We don't know if you don't have evaluation team. That's why we are now in evaluation team, to make you better, to find your strength, to empower your skills, and also to improve what can you do better. First, I have in evaluation team, we have our first ranger, Toastmaster Hansel, as our grammarian. Toastmaster Hansel, as our grammarian, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvin. So I am your grammarian for tonight. And my duty is to make sure that your grammatical use is proper or correct, and I will spot the grammatical error, and I will report in the end of during evaluation session. Besides that, I will also try to notice beautiful quotes from you. That's from me, and back to our GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hansel, our club president as grammarian. Hopefully we can be better at grammar after this meeting. Now let's move on to the next ranger. We have counter Toastmaster Ranto for University Indonesia Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranto as counter.
Thank you, RG. I am Ranto Haposans as WOD counter for this meeting this evening, and I will count filler words and repeated words and long pause and also WOD sacrifice. And I will give you reports at the end of the meeting. Back to you, RG. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranto, to count the filler words and WOD for this meeting tonight. Okay, let's move on to the next role takers. To count the timer is Toastmaster Yusuf as our timer for today. So Toastmaster Yusuf, please explain your roles. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Time is essential for us to maintain our goal, and of course, be efficient and effective in delivering message, and also to maintain that our meeting will be on time. For that, it is my job to make sure that each speaker allocated time precisely. I will change my background as an indicator for each speaker that can be choose or be choose as a favorite speaker of today. Green is the when your time is okay. Yellow is you have to maintain that you are get to be ended, and red it's time for you to end your speech. I will tell you later about the allocated time. Thank you. Back to you, evaluator.
By the way, now we have a long speech from Toastmaster Hansel, right? 15 to 20 minutes. How you time that?
Yes, that we have a new, I don't know, it is my first time to be a timer for this session. I mean, like for this kind of speech, which is a Q&A, which allocated 15 to 20 minutes. So the timing signal is green for 15 minutes, yellow 17:30, and red is 20 minutes. And Hans will be disqualified if he allocated 20:30.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf, to explain your role as timer, so we can be more accountable regarding the time. Now let's move on to the last ranger, but not least from our team. I will call Toastmaster Gabriel as our ballot counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Gabriel.
Yes, so my role today is to choose the favorite speaker. So usually we will vote for each session. However, since tonight is only Toastmaster Hans, so as long as Toastmaster Hans can do his project in time limited, so of course he will be the most favorite. And for table topic, we still vote. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Gabriel. Yeah, Toastmaster Hans will be auto win tonight because no challenger. So it will encourage everyone, if you want to deliver speech next time, please make sure we have more competitor. Yeah. Okay, that's all from our team, evaluation team. Hopefully we can make this meeting better in evaluation side to improve better, and see you again at the end of this meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Tom, Toastmaster Ulfi.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Alvin. So yeah, now let's move on to our main agenda, the prepared speech. So our one and only first speaker tonight is Toastmaster Hans, and he will deliver his speech for level 4, project 3. And however, it's not gonna be me who will introduce him. He will be introduced by his evaluator, Toastmaster Agi. Are you there? Toastmaster Agi? Okay. So without further ado, Toastmasters Agi, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So tonight I will be the evaluator for Toastmaster Hans. For his speech title is the Stay Relevant in Job Market. So the purpose of the purpose statement of this project is for the member to learn about and practice facilitating questions and answer sessions. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member will also be responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. So that'll be all from me. Please give your warm welcome for Toastmaster Hans. Toastmaster Hans?
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster Agi. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you feel that you need to redefine your job, or you've ever felt that way. Either you want to stay in your track, but you are still looking for ways of promotion, or you want to switch your track to another thing. And it is relatable to most of us, especially in our youth, 20s, 30s, because we are having disruptions. The job market is changing rapidly. And furthermore, we are constantly comparing ourselves to others. With a lot of informations, we can easily compare ourselves to others, and we feel insecure about that. So the answer is how to stay relevant in the job market. I want to deliver a question and answer session, but first of all, let's see through this. Let's start with why. I want to share a fact. Well, it's not a fact, but it is a research from top-tier consulting firm, McKinsey & Company. They found out that by 2030, there will be about 23 million of jobs that could be displaced by automation. Although on the other side, there will be about 27 until 46 million of new jobs. So it means a positive net change of new jobs, right? But it also means that there will be a big change in job market. What kinds of jobs that will be lost and what kinds of jobs that will be created. Regardless of our current field, we need to realize that there are three pillars of staying relevant in job market: skills, achievements, and branding. Why I like to share this? Because I've been experiencing 5.5 years in an industry, and then I've shifted to another industry, and I felt that I need to stay relevant, and gladly I tried the right path to keep myself relevant at this point, because I realized that my previous sector was not performing well in this pandemic, and also it was a highly specialized sector that it is highly challenging for me at the time to shift into another industry. But gratefully, I could move, and I realized that What I've done previously was trying to stay relevant. Now let's move to the first pillar about skills. I believe that we need to equip ourselves with both generalist and specialized skill sets. Before it, let's see the top 10 skills of 2025. It is formulated by World Economic Forum. There are 10 top skills that you can see here, and it is clustered by 4 groups: problem solving, self-management, interpersonal, and technology. That's why I've put the code in the bracket, PSSM, IP, and T. That's the cluster. And I think we can relate to this, right? We believe that analytical thinking and innovation is highly important nowadays because there will be a lot of innovation. There will be a lot of change, a lot of new companies, a lot of new products, and we need the innovation aligned with analytical thinking. Active learning and learning strategies, it is still relevant. Why? We need to acquire new skills. New skills are learned. That's why we need to practice active learning and learning strategies. Complex problem solving, definitely. There are more considerations when we are solving a problem. Previously, we only think about efficiency, for example, but now we need to think about well-being, our psychological health, more social aspects, and sustainability, compared to years ago when we only need to think about productivity or efficiency. That is a sample of why those skills are highly important and how to acquire those skill sets. If we can group them into cluster, definitely about problem solving, we need to practice in solving problems in various fields or industry. For example, in your job workplace currently, if you are assigned into specific project, please develop problem solver mindset. Please develop it because we don't see the problem as a burden, but we see it as an opportunity for us to grow because we can learn from this kind of problem. And when we finish it, we feel the satisfaction and we can move to another problem and we can do another approach and we can realize that there are various problems and various solutions. Self-management, how do we shape our self-management skills? First of all, by increasing our well-being. For example, how can we perform self-control if we are not physically healthy or physically fit? That's why we need to keep in shape because it allows us to do better self-management. Resilience is one of key traits in self-management. How can we develop resilience? By working out, by practicing your physical strength. It is one of resilience physically, and we can transfer it mentally too. That's why we need to keep our well-being in both physical and psychological because those are aligned. About interpersonal, how to develop interpersonal skills. We need to develop empathy to each other. We need to communicate well and understand their concerns. And we can practice it through various methods, various environments, in our workplace, in our communities, in our family, personal relationship, and we can develop it into the professional level too. And how about technology use and development? We need to try new software, especially if it is relevant for our day-to-day activities or our work activities. For example, I've tried to track my expense and income using Google Sheets. And even I developed my own formula, my own dashboard using Google Sheets. So from that thing, I could learn a lot about data analytics, even before I enrolled myself in data analytics course. And that was a good start for me, that technology used from my personal life that I could demonstrate and I could practice to adapt later in my professional life. That's why we can see those 4 clusters of skills, and we can apply it both personally and professionally. And next, about generalist and specialist, it is still about skill sets. Yeah, we know that generalist is a wide but shallow, while specialist is a deep but narrow in terms of expertise or skill sets. But the answer is, can we have both? Let's see this. For example, this is a skill set of project manager. A project manager can do scheduling and task management, negotiation, project management software, specified industry knowledge based on which field that the project manager is assigned to, construction, software, or other kind of project management can be different. Cost management, critical thinking, and people management. Of course, obviously, those are basic skill sets of project manager. Imagine if a project manager has those skills in average level, that is a generalist. But imagine if the project manager is expert in his industry. So this is the T-shaped skill sets. This project manager has various skill sets in average level, but one expertise in his industry knowledge. But can we stop here? Actually, no. We can develop another expertises. For example, after a project manager is being expert in the industry, he can also develop skill sets in scheduling and task management and also people management. That is the M-shaped skill sets. The expert generalist that is stay relevant because not only just a plain generalist that is an average, but this person develop also the generalist and specialist skill sets, so can have advantage of both. And it can apply to any job role. This is just example of project manager. Why I believe that M-shaped skill set is important? Because the job market is changing. If we see this case, the generalist, yes, we can adapt to another field or another job because generalist has a lot of skill sets, but in average level. But this kind of generalist will not be stand out. So how to make a generalist stand out? By developing some expertises that will be his or her unique selling point. This is the M-shaped skill sets that makes a generalist become stand out. Next, about achievements. There is a framework named STAR framework: situation, task, action, and result. Why is it important? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you hate your current job. Okay, I've seen some hands. But this is the truth. It is okay for a while to hate our job because we believe that there is something wrong that we need to improve. But I don't want you to stop at that point. Please, if you hate your job, please do something to make your job becomes more exciting. Either you can stay in your job and make sense of achievement, or move to other job. But before you move, please increase your value by doing something in your current job. That is why this kind of achievement is important. We need to keep track of our experiences. It is more than just a job description. If I'm a sales, it is not just, okay, I am doing sales, I am contacting people and closing the deals, but we need to develop this kind of STAR framework. I will develop in next slide. And please look for experiences to enrich our achievement. Even though we hate our current job, please find something to enrich our achievement in our current job that will help us to advance into another favorable job for us. This is an example. For example, a project manager is assigned to a project with tight resources and risk of delay. So within this project, he has to manage project within timeline and budget while keeping 4-star customer satisfaction level. If we hate our job as a project manager, perhaps we will just go with a flow. Let's just do it without realizing this sense of achievement. We need to take specific action like this, specify the decision maker accountable, responsible, consult, inform, and with close control, and we keep our eyes on the price, on the result, to get this kind of result. Make it specific, make it quantitative, like this. And when we achieve this, we can put it later in our CV or portfolio, right? Another sample for a sales. We are not just calling prospect and closing the deals, but we need to keep in mind that how much is it worth and compare to our target, or perhaps compare to our market share. That is, how do we build our sense of achievement? And the next is branding. Put them all together, our skill sets and our achievements. We can develop our unique selling proposition, USP. For example, unique selling position. Yes, I want to ask something. Oh, no, not this time. Unique selling position is, how do we brand ourselves to the employer? For example, me, I am an experienced data analyst, especially in operations analytics and project management. That is my professional unique selling proposition. My personal unique selling proposition is an aspiring expert generalist with key skills in analytics, human development, and music. That is my unique selling proposition. You may develop it too. And about portfolio, as we keep track of our achievements, of our skill sets, we can build our CV or resume. We can develop our social media, especially LinkedIn. It is highly powerful. I've proven it. I've landed my current job through LinkedIn. I've landed some speaking gig and being judged of a speech contest because they've seen that I've posted last month's event in LinkedIn, and it hooked the attention of them. And we can also showcase our portfolio in any platform that is relevant for us. For example, about public speaking, we have put the online meeting into our YouTube. I believe that any one of us can download it and cut your only speech part to make it your speaking portfolio. it can apply also in another context. And of course, we can build our professional branding through network. Please network with like-minded people, with our desired destiny. If we want to be a businessman, please network with businessmen. If we want to be a researcher, please network with researcher. That is simple actually, but sometimes we forget about it. So remember that every game has principles that successful players master to achieve winning result. So does life. So does our career. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to stay relevant in job market? I hope so. And now, anyone who wants to ask? Now we are entering question and answer session. Anyone? Or perhaps you want to share your case, it is also possible. Okay, Toastmaster Agi.
Hi, Toastmaster Hans.
Hi.
Yes. So, from my point of view, I just had one question: is that how do you measures on when is enough? I mean, you mentioned about the star, and you're asking if there's anyone still keeping their jobs if they hate their jobs. But then they also need some kind of income, right, to keep surviving. So then, how do you put the parameters that enough is enough and it's time for you to move on, or it's time for you to evaluate your current positions and so forth? Thank you. That will be all for me.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Agi. About this, actually, everyone may have different principles in life and priorities, right? So we need to list down our priorities and our best case and worst case. I've seen a book titled The Startup of You, and it mentions about ABC planning. That is, how do we define the best case, worst case, and other possibilities. First of all, define our bills. We have bills to pay, right? We have, especially if we take care of other people or our family. Define that things. Define how can we tolerate the loss of income if we leave a job. That is basically the bare minimum. And we need to weigh down the risk and reward of moving. We can quantify it and we can define our parameter by ourselves, but generally find something that is rewarded at least twice of the risk, either in any kind of parameters. For example, I moved into a more higher risk industry with risk of layoff and so on compared to previous employer. With salary increment of something percent, I need to define that it is worth the move or not, right? That is one case. And other case, not only salary, but also the career advancement and further possibilities of networking, because I moved to another industry which is favorable for me, and I see that by moving, I can advance further because I network with like-minded people, and I can develop more portfolio because here I become an educator for data analyst, and I can develop my portfolio not only in data analytics, but also in speaking, because I teach others in data analytics. So it is like my sweet spot of career, not only analytics, but also the develop others. So that's basically the answer is weight down our risk and reward compared to all of our concerns. We have concerns with expenses, people that we take care of, our lifestyle. For example, there's a possibility that someone moved to another job with lower salary, but it is remote. If that person prefer remote working over working from office, that's also the possibility. Each case may be different, so please make sure that your case is personalized for yourself. Any other? Perhaps one more? Okay, I am over time, of course. So just one more question.
I want to ask,
Yes.
You talk about how to stay relevant in the market, right? For example, the job about data scientist or programming. And talking about relevant in the market, how can you picture that kind of jobs is still relevant for how long? Right? We don't know data scientist is still relevant in next 5 years or 10 years. How can you picture that? What if data scientist is not relevant anymore in the next 5 years? Probably the road is rotating. So rotating to the traditional job is better in the next 5 years. How can you picture that, Mr. Hamza?
Okay, first of all, this is a disclaimer. I don't want to endorse any job field. It is just telling about my case, okay? About data analytics. In my case, data analytics, not data scientist. I see at least within 8 years, it is still relevant because of the top 10 skills formulated by World Economic Forum. How to define which job is relevant for the upcoming 5, 10, or more years? Let's see through expert research or publications from the experts. And as I found out that top 10 skills from the World Economic Forum, those skills are highly relevant to my current job. Even if one day the data analyst job is gone because of automation or because of another thing, the skill sets are still relevant at least up to 2030 if their formula is right. And there is still a possibility for me to shift into another field by still using the previous skill sets of data analyst, probably combined with another skill sets. That's why I also encourage you to be expert generalist, or at least generalist with 2 or 3 deep skill sets. So we stay relevant and we can be valuable. Any comment?
Thank you.
And I need to mention that please don't be attached to specific job role or job description because it may be gone in the future. So my conclusion, please stay hungry, stay foolish, and stay relevant. Thank you, and back to our Toastmaster of the meeting.
That's heavy. That's quite heavy, but yeah, I'd say the topic presented by Toastmasters Hans are very relatable to some of us, I believe. So yeah, and I also agree with the pillars you mentioned before about the skill, achievements, and branding. It is something that we need to think out. So yeah. So okay, before we move to our second agenda, let's have a photo session. So let's capture our best photo, best face for tonight. So let's turn our camera. And by the way, who's gonna take the picture?
I can take it on
Okay.
your count.
Okay, so let's do what kind of face? The calm one, I think. No smile. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do the freestyles one. And the count 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. Good job, everyone. So yeah, it's now time for the impromptu portion of our meeting. So the table topic should challenge us and help us think on our feet without any preparation. So the next agenda would be the table topic session. It would be led by our table topic master for tonight, Toastmaster Raki. The time is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Tom. Happy morning, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Raki. Tonight I will be your table topic masters. Let me share my screen first. All right. So, welcome to table topic sessions. Are you ready? Please make some noise. Yes.
Yes.
I see so many enthusiasts.
I'm born ready.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And before we start, I just want to say, yeah, this is my picture. I'm your table topic master for tonight. Don't forget to follow my Instagram at @ishraki_siregar. Back again, like Toastmaster Hansel said, personal branding. So that's my brand at @ishraki_siregar. And the rules of the table topic. First, what is table topic? Table topic is impromptu speech. Everyone here eligible to join the session, either member or guest. Everyone are welcome to join in the session. And third, every speaker can deliver his or her speech in 1 until 2 minutes. And of course, the last is have fun together for tonight. All right, I see so many faces already prepared for the double topic. Let me choose our first victim, aka our first double topic speakers. I see guests here. Happy morning, guest Khairin.
Hi, happy morning.
Happy morning. Will you be my first double topic speaker?
Okay, let's try it.
All right. The questions is, what comes on your mind when you hear hero? What comes on your mind when you hear hero? Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Khairin, the screen is yours.
So I think hero is not only about Spider-Man, Batman, or those Wakanda thing, but also in my surrounding or environment, like my mom or my sister. They also can become my hero because they are my role models. And also, what comes into my mind about hero is that hero is someone that could lead me into something better, into that could encourage me to be a better version of myself. So anyone can be a hero to someone. So I think let's try to be a hero to another people. That's it from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, guest Khairin. Thank you so much for trying the table topic as our first speaker on the table topic session tonight. Yeah, I can relate with you. Hero, it's not always about Spider-Man. It's not always about Batman and everything in the Marvel and also DC, but hero also comes from our inner circle, I guess. So thank you so much, guest Khairin, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to another. I will choose another victim, aka another table topic speaker. I will choose maybe the newest member of Jakarta Motivators, Toastmaster Feni. Are you there?
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm here.
hello, Toastmaster Feni. Will
Yeah,
you
I'm
be
here.
my second table topic speaker?
Yes, I'll try it.
All right. The questions for you is, a hero is someone who understands the responsibility and the responsibility that comes with his freedom. This is the quotes from Bob Dylan. So, Toastmaster Fanny, are you ready? Don't forget to use our WOD for tonight is sacrifice. Toastmaster Fanny, the screen is yours.
What should I explain about this quote?
All right. Maybe you can give your, what is it to say? You can give your reaction about the quotes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
A hero is someone. Oh, please share the screen again. Sorry.
All right.
A hero is someone who understands the responsibility that comes with his freedom. Let me explain this quote by telling you guys a role model for me that I see her as someone who understands the responsibilities from her. If someone asks me, my hero would be my mother. She takes a huge responsibility by sacrificing his life, by giving me life. That I'm truly am so grateful for it. She's very. I know people might say that it is parents' responsibility to giving their children a decent life, but from my own perspectives, I'm truly grateful for that, because compared to other life that I see so many news in around my environment, or in TV news or internet news, that so many parents that doesn't take responsibility for their children. So that makes me feel grateful for being a child from my mom. She cooks healthy food for me in every day. She pays my school fee. She takes care of me when I'm sick, and I often see her worry face when I'm suffering from certain disease. She makes sure that I take a good sleep by covering my body with blanket. we are not the type of family who have the words of affirmation, love language, but I feel the love my mother gives me through acts of service. That is why I study hard to reduce my mom's burden, and I got full scholarship in my university studies. My mom doesn't tell me that she's proud of me, but I know deep down inside her heart, she's totally proud of me. So that's the hero of my own perfection that takes a huge responsibility for me. That's all that I can tell from my personal experience. Thanks for your attention.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Fanny. Yeah, our mom is sacrificed to give us the best life. I can relate with that. So thank you so much. And let's move on to another. Maybe I will call Toastmaster Agi. Hello, Toastmaster Agi. Are you there?
Hi, hello.
Hello. All right. Are you ready for the table topic?
Of course not. Yay.
Of course not, but now you don't have any choice. All right, the questions for you is, the topic for you is, the only difference between a hero and the villain is that the villain chooses to use that power in a way that is selfish and hurts other people, from the Chadwick Boseman. Toastmaster Agi, are you ready?
Of course not.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to use your WOD sacrifice. Toastmaster Agi, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Sharky, for sacrificing me for your table topic. So back to the statement about what is the borderline between the villains and the hero. I very much inclined to disagree with the statement. I believe that every single person have that kind of definitions of being a hero and a villain based on their desires and their personal gains. So while the term itself is coming from the people around them, the people is the one that decide if they are a villain and the hero. We also have another term for between the villain and the hero, which is the anti-hero. So the anti-hero is the one that do something for his own benefit, but the way that the people see it is that it's saving some people or becoming their hero itself. So that is, I believe in, there is a fine thin line between a villain and a hero. So thank you very much. That's all for me. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Agi, for giving us another perspective about being hero and then the villain. And I will choose another double topic speaker. So we still have time, right, Madam Tom? All
Yes.
right. We still have time, right, to do the double topic again?
Yes, we still have time.
All right. I will go to another guest here. I see. Wait. I see guest Dio. Hello, guest Dio. Are you there?
Hello.
All right. Will you be my next double topic speaker?
Yeah, I'll try, but sorry for my background sound. I think my son is crying right now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. The questions for you is, or the statement for you is, from the Elvis Presley quotes, when I was a boy, I always saw myself as a hero in comic books and in movies. I grew up believing this dream. So how about you, guest Dio? Are you ready? Don't forget to use WOD sacrifice. And you have 1 until 2 minutes to deliver your speech. Guest Dio, the screen is yours.
Okay. Thank you for the time. yeah, when I was a boy, I think I want to be a hero for my mom, I think, for my mom, and sacrificing it all the time. And for when I grow up and sacrifice all the time to bring back to my mom. Yeah. Especially when my mom is getting old today. Yeah. So I think it's time for me to giving back for all the things that my mom did when I was out there. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's time for me to sacrifice. My mom is already done all of the things and sacrificed all the things for the past years, and yeah, time for me to serve them. Yeah, especially my mom and my father also. Don't forget for father. Yeah, yeah. I think that's all for me. From me, thank you for the time. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, guest Dio or soon to be Toastmaster Dio. Please give applause. Again and again, our parents is our hero because yeah, without our parents, we are not exist now. Thank you so much, soon to be Toastmaster Dio. And I will choose another victim or another speaker. Maybe I will choose our Madam Tom. Toastmaster Ulfi.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Not really. Wait.
Please be my next double topic speaker. So are you ready, Toastmaster Ulfi?
Wait. Okay. Don't stop the share screen, I think. Is it okay?
Alright. Yes,
Okay.
it's okay. The statement for you is, just imagine you are in the Miss Universe, Toastmaster Ulfi. Who is your childhood hero? Maybe Joko Tingkir or maybe what is it? Wiro Sableng. Yeah, anything. Don't forget to use sacrifice, and you have 1 until 2 minutes. So Toastmaster Ulfi, the screen is yours.
Okay. Okay, who is my childhood hero? That would be my cousin. So back in when we were a child, we have this situation where when we play together, we met this dog. So the dog approaching us, but so eagerly, and we kind of scared of that. So we running, and thankfully my cousins was sacrificed himself to stop the dog to to bite us, so we kind of saved from the beating itself. So yeah, thank you, my cousin, for becoming my childhood hero. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ulfi. Yeah, maybe if your cousin now can become the character, maybe he should be on DC or Marvel as the super cousin.
That could be.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ulfi. And the next, who will be the next? Maybe I will go with Toastmaster Gabriel, our ballot counter, to try the table topic. Toastmaster Gabriel.
Okay.
All right. The statement or the questions for you is, Everyone's the hero in their own story. You live your life. You're the good guy of your life, the protagonist of your own movie. Everyone knows that they have more in them to over than they sometimes show. So, what comes on your mind when you hear this statement? Does Mr. Gabriel? The screen is yours.
Okay. So actually the first sentence that I read, that everyone's the hero in their own story, it really reminds me about the type of story that I'm kind of interested lately in the last few years. So basically, when I was a child, we have this kind of story. This is the protagonist, main character, and also the villain, like the stepsister, stepbrother, this kind of people who become someone who stand up against the protagonist and also doing something that annoying a protagonist, trying the bad thing. And then after the protagonist defeat them, the protagonist will sign the our protagonist. But the interesting thing is that another story, they have this kind of spin-off. So this is the story from the point of view of the villain, the point of view of the, for example, in the Cinderella, maybe stepsister. So maybe she think that, oh wait, my mother already sacrificed her youth, marrying his, and maybe this is the kind of norm in that place. So this is the thing that she did. So in her mind, maybe it is good and so on. So if the villain having this kind of story, usually they will have this kind of horror protagonist, and then he or she will defeat the original character. So it's actually very interesting when I read this kind of story. So I know how, if you read this story, it's very interesting. If you first this story, they have this someone who transport to a word or in novel as a villain or as a canon holder, for example, who usually sacrifice themselves to become a stepping stones. But in the end, uncanonically, they become their own protagonists. So I think it makes me remember that there's always two sides of story in everything. So I don't judge anything that happened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gabriel. What a great speech. I can relate with that. Yeah, all of us are the hero on our own story. So all of us also have our journey, right? The never-ending journey. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Gabriel. And let's move on to another double topic speakers. I would like to call our Mr. GE, my fellow from SCBD.
Hello.
Toastmaster Alvin, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. The statement is, hero shows you how to solve the problem. From Jet Li, hero shows you how to solve the problem. Don't forget to use WOD sacrifice. You have 1 until 2 minutes. Toastmaster Alvin, the screen is yours.
We live in the era when someone can speak whatever. Like there is a problem in finding jobs, or there is a problem about COVID, or there is a problem about a content in the TikTok. You can find a lot of people talking about problems in social media. A lot of content with a lot of viewers. Nothing wrong with that. People watching that as well. But the problem is, where is the solution? We talk about the problems very sharp. Finding job is very hard. Okay, I know that. Or COVID is rising. I know that as well. And the content in the TikTok or social media is somehow meaningless. I know that as well. To distinguish you as a different leader, inspiring leader, you need to show how to solve that problems. When you bring the problems up, there is a problem to find jobs. So this is the solution. For example, nowadays it's hard to find a job, right? When you apply a job to a company, company will ask, what is your expertise? What is your experience? In the meantime, you are just a fresh graduate. How can you become a career man when every time you come to a company, they ask for experience? So one solution I can ask for you is start a volunteer where you don't need to experience to be there. Like in Toastmasters, you don't need to have experience to be a club president. You just volunteer. People won't ask. People will glad when see you stepping up as club president, right? People will be happy that is someone will maintain the education calendar for you. So my fellow Toastmaster and guests, find the problem and solve it. You will be the hero, not just firing the problem on, but also the solution. Your life will be better, and everyone around you will having a better life as well. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Raki.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. Sometimes in our social media, so many netizens comment negatively, but at the end, there is no way to at least solve the problem. Just comment, and yeah, that's our netizen. And talking about volunteering, yeah, I can relate with you. That's why I joined to become the exco as the SAA to build my experience to find the job. All right, let's move on to another, maybe the next. Wait, I will call Mr. President Toastmaster Hans to join the double topic.
Hello, I'm here.
All right. The statement for you is, if you are an underdog, mentally disabled, physically disabled, if you don't fit in, if you are not as pretty as the others, you can still be hero, by Steve Guttenberg. So what comes on your mind when you hear this statement? If you are an underdog, mentally disabled, physically disabled, if you don't fit in, if you are not as pretty as the others, you can still be a hero. Toastmaster Hans, the screen is yours.
I believe that someone can be defined as a hero if that person can give positive impact to others. Furthermore, will become more heroic if that person sacrifices something from himself or herself. So there is still a possibility for a person who is underdog, not good looking enough, disabled mentally and physically, to be a hero. If only that person can give positive impact or influence to others. That is the only condition. So this is a good quote, but please keep in mind, it is not an excuse for us to be a mediocre or to be stuck in our current condition. That is why, even though we are underdog or underestimated, even though we are disabled in specified or certain areas, please find a way for us to be influential to others. Because in the end, near our death, we will think about this. Have we done something meaningful in our life that impacts others? Or is our life is just ourselves living without real impact for others? Back to our table topic, Master.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Hans. Yeah, sometimes so many people talking about being pretty is a privilege to do anything. But yeah, I don't think so, because being privileged is just one another from another factor. But thank you so much, Toastmaster Hans, for your speech. Yeah, I just check my table topics. By the way, Toastmasters Hans become our the last table topic speakers for tonight. So thank you so much for joining on the table topic session. It's such an honor for me to be here. Don't forget to sacrifice our life to be better. Yeah, Mr. WOD, to sacrifice from me as the table topic speakers. And I think that's all. And before I end up the session, I will check to the Mr. Timer, Toastmaster Yusuf, to give the report. Toastmaster Yusuf, please give your report. You are still muted.
Muted.
You are still muted. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Israki. I will give you report for the today's time management for prepared speech and impromptu speech. For the prepared speech, Hans unfortunately over time, so basically he is not qualified for to be awarded for the favorite prepared speech. For the impromptu speech, we have 8 speaker, and unfortunately for guest Herin and Fanny, for Herin, it's not eligible. Also Fanny, a bit late for a bit more than 2030. And for the rest of them, Agi, Dio, Ovi, Gabriel, Alvin, and Hans are eligible for the vote for the bell counter. Back to you, Toastmaster Israki. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yusuf. It's okay to guess Khairin and Toastmaster Feni just try another table topic. I believe you can do that by the time. It's always about time. So thank you so much for joining the table topic session. And for the Toastmaster Gabriel, is the link for the vote already done?
Wait a minute.
All
It
right.
keeps showing the results. Wait. Oh. Okay. Yes.
All right. The link is already on the chat box. Please use your right to vote your favorite table topic speaker for tonight. I think that's all from me as your table topic masters. Toastmaster Ishraki, your table topic master, signing out. I will give the control to Madam Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raki. Thank you for the table topic session and all of the question and topic. And love all the quotes. I think I could snatch it for my Instagram stories. So thank you for that. And I think all of us agree that definition of heroes are not limited only to one action or one job. So yeah, good sessions. So now we move to our next session, which is the evaluation session. So for the prepared speech, the evaluation would be given by Toastmaster Agi. Yes, are you there? Yeah, okay, so the screen is your Toastmaster Agi.
Okay, I'm sorry, before it will be from GE, right, to introduce the evaluator?
Oh, okay,
Because
sorry.
it's evaluation session.
Okay, so yeah, for our evaluation session, it would be led by the general evaluator to give an overall evaluation of the meeting, and also so yeah, Toastmaster Alvin, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ulfi, our Madam Toastmaster of the meeting. So here we are now at the end of the session. We will evaluate everything from individual speaker and the whole meeting as well. First, we will call the individual evaluator for our first and only speaker, Toastmaster Hansel, who is Toastmaster Agi. Toastmaster Agi, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Alvin. So, Toastmaster Hans, congratulations. And it is an honor for me to evaluate my fellow Toastmasters I've been for a very long while. So, you see, what I really like about what you do with your speech is that you put a very good structure in its entirety. So it's very structured. You open with the facts, with the statistics, and then it gives us the ground as a premise. And then you point out the subheader. You have a 3 subheader, and then you also follow it by your examples and to give us the kind of narrative on what you're trying to tell us. And the second thing that I like about your speech is that you always keep your composures. You see, no matter how much the content is, but you always keep calm and composure. So if you notice that the speed is always being stable. And then the last but not least is about the what I call with the audience engagement. So you ask someone or fellow audience or fellow Toastmasters questions, and then they answer something, and then you give a feedback to them. You engage with them. So that's one of way to keep engagement with your audience, of course. So overall, it's a very good inspirational and informative speech for me, and I would really love to see another speech of yours. And of course, there will always be room for improvement. So what I saw from your speech before is that you can work on what we call with focal variety. By focal variety, there are 2 aspects that I would like to point out is that the tone. So the way you put your tone in your voice when you say something, when you deliver your speech, is way much too stable, way much too monotone. So it was almost like you were reading, right? And it doesn't help that the eye contact that you point out is to your screen instead of to your camera. So it at some point it will make you lose the engagement levels that you already built up with the way that you ask your audience. And then the second is that I also mentioned in previously is that the maintaining the eye contact. So because when you put up a sharing screen, we can see that there's not a lot of text there. So I know that you are not reading the screen. So when you put out an obvious screen sharings with less text, it is best to keep your eyes either in the screens or the camera. It will be way better. And last but not least is that it's about the pronunciations. I believe that you can also work on pronunciation on several words. For example, is like relevant. And I believe that the way to put it, the word relevant is relevant. So it's really relevant. So again, that was a very informative speech for me. I would love to see another speech from you. This kind of informative and personal speech. And the way that you choose the topic itself is very relevant because you're talking about how to stay relevant in the market. So that will be all for me. Thank you very much. Back to Toastmaster Alvin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Agi, for giving evaluation to Toastmaster Hansel. Yeah, the topic is very relevant for nowadays. And audience, can you see how good Toastmaster Agi deliver his feedback for Toastmaster Hansel? The structure, the fact and stats that make us convinced with what Toastmaster Hansel said. And one feedback for me for Toastmaster Agi is evaluation is a presentation. I saw that it sounds like you talk directly to Toastmaster Hansel. Meanwhile, evaluation is presentation to deliver the feedback for all of us, so we can also learn, not only Toastmaster Hansel, but also us can get the experience. Even though we don't deliver speech, we can experience it. So instead of Toastmaster Hansel, you do good at this, at that, I rather encourage you to do. Toastmaster Hansel is really good at structuring his speech, and also I encourage Toastmaster Hansel to be better at vocal variety and eye contact. So because of that, you deliver the speech for all the audience. Overall, that's a very good and huge evaluation to Toastmaster Hansel. Thank you, Toastmaster Agi. Now let's move on to our evaluation team. Before that, timer, Toastmaster Yusuf, our Toastmaster Agi is eligible in time?
Yes, sorry. Thank you, Dr. Alvin. For the evaluator, Agi is eligible to be counted as the most favorite evaluator because he's the only one.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Agi, the only one evaluator. So one more Toastmasters and guests, if you want to compete, register for next occasion in Wednesday or Saturday, right? In our regular meetings. And then let's move on to our first Rangers in evaluation team in for whole meeting. We have Toastmaster Hansel as our grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Hansel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvin, our GE. So let me share my screen to deliver the grammarian report. Now, first, I want to give it back to myself, as I've noticed. This one, I was unaware about past and present tense at certain point when I told that I decide to shift, but in context of past event, it should be I decided to shift. Next, from table topic speakers, some of them were noticed like this, but from my own perspective, well, actually it should be perspective. Another thing, when I grow up, but it mentioned past event, same like my mistake. So when I grew up. And then another thing that I noticed, they have this someone who, actually it can be considered as filler word, because sometimes we tend to feel this or like or another word that is unnecessary. So we can change this sentence into they have this person who blah blah blah, or they have someone who blah blah blah. And another thing that I've noticed, you can work on vocal variety, while it should be you can work on vocal variety. Overall, I know that as a native Indonesian speaker, we are not really aware about those kind of grammars, because we don't distinguish past or present tense. We don't distinguish plural or singular form. And please keep trying on improving this. And I have noticed some of beautiful phrases from you, from soon-to-be Toastmaster Siren. Hero is someone that could lead me into something better. Let's try to be a hero for another people. And from Toastmaster Fanny, my mom sacrifices herself to make the best of my life. From Toastmaster Agi, there is a fine thin line between hero and villain. Talking about hero, actually, there are a lot of beautiful quotes from you guys, but so far I've noticed those three. And back to our general evaluator.
Thank you for grammarian report, Toastmaster Hansel. It's very awesome. We have the slides and we can revert to it every time, right? Now let's move on to the next ranger. We have Toastmaster Ranto as ANWOD counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranto.
Thank you, our GE, Toastmaster Alvin, and I will share my screen to give my reports as a ANWOD counter. Okay. Yes, this is my reports as a ANWOD counter for this evening meeting at Mods Toastmaster Club. For first sections, we have a prepared speaker, Toastmaster Hansel, have two times, and repeated words, they seen two times, a long pause, if we, and our bills. And Toastmaster Hansel already delivered sacrifice as our WOD one time. And for the second sessions, our table topic speaker, Toastmaster Kairin, has three times and without WOD. Toastmaster Fanny two times and repeated words are from my two times, so that two times, that I two times, and without sacrifice. Toastmaster Agi has once and repeated words well the two times and also deliver our WOD once. And number 4 is Toastmaster Dio as three times and repeated words what is two times, when I grow up two times, when I was two times, and also deliver WOD three times. And next is Toastmaster Ulfi has three times, repeated words when we two times, and also deliver our WOD once. Next, Toastmaster Gabriel has two times, and also fill the word so once, and also deliver WOD. Toastmaster Alvin has once and repeated words, but the problem two times, and also deliver our WOD. And the last table topic speaker is Toastmaster Hansel, a long pause to be and WOD sacrifice once. And for the last sessions, our evaluator, Toastmaster Agi, has two times and repeated words the two times and to keep your two times and also deliver WOD once. This is my reports as and WOD counter reports for this regular meeting this evening. Back to you, our GA. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranto, for your report. And then this is my report as general evaluators for the whole meeting tonight. First of all, from the beginning of the meeting, there is a chit chat before the meeting, talking about everything before the meeting. I like this so much. This is one of the culture of Jakarta Motivators. I like that we talk everything before the meeting. That makes me relax. And also the president, Toastmaster Hansel, explained Toastmaster briefly in the first. It will make us, or if there is any guest, can relate to what is the meeting is. And I see that we are 2 minutes late. I think we can just start when it is hit already 7 p.m. Just start it already, no matter if there is someone late or any role takers is not there yet. Just start it so we can reward who is already come on time, and then rather on the person who come late can adjust it letter in the agenda. And also I see that spotlight is kind of not consistent. Not every speaker get the spotlight, only the prepared speaker and some people in table topic get the spotlight, but the others like evaluators or role takers don't have the spotlight. And for Toastmaster of the meeting, I like that Toastmaster Ufi asked people to raise hand in the start. It makes us interactive. It so nice, and also the quiz is also interactive and fun. We have Patimura picture or Chutnya Din, that's so fun. And also explain the word of the day with the theme is very connected to and relevant, which is Heroes Day, 10 November, and also word of the day sacrifice is used very well along the session. And some feedback for me is I see that your camera is position of the camera. I only see your head. Probably you can move your head up so I can see your shoulder. I can see your hands. So we can see a lot of gesture from you. Great job by Toastmaster of the meeting. And then in the prepared speech session, I also see that the speaker is way over time, 7 minutes rather than 20 minutes. He is 27 minutes, but it's no problem. We are still in the agenda. The agenda is still okay, but just in case we have more agenda that cannot fit because of the way over time, we can do something like show it in the chat box that we are already how many minutes by the timer, but because we are still on agenda, no problem about that. And also I see that everyone is clapping, right? Like this, when everyone is there in the speech, clapping is very contagious. When I clap, you clap, and everyone claps. That's very nice vibes of Toastmasters, right? And then move to table topic master in the session. So good, introduce yourself and explain the table topic briefly. And the using of the slide is so good. The contrast between yellow and white is so eye-catching. And also Toastmaster Raki recall the speaker, marking that he is listening to the speaker. And one thing I found that some quotes that display by table topic master is a little bit too long. Some topic is 20 words. In other topics is I found one that more than 30. It makes harder to the speaker to connect to the question. Not only the speaker, but also the audience will struggle to connect to what the speakers. So what I can suggest is to use the words into 6 to 8 words, or the sentence only one sentence. So not only the speaker can connect better, but also all the audience can connect better to what the speaker idea. And then for great job by table topic masters, and also moving to the timer, very decent job. Display the report on the Excel so we can see how many minutes, how many seconds we are when delivering the speech. That is so nice. And one thing I can suggest is to raise your hand during the speech, during the every session, so we can know, we can notice better the timer. Is it green already? Is it yellow already? But because everyone is on the screen right now, we can see better. But just in case we have more than 50 or more than 25, we will struggle to find the timer. And for grammarian, Toastmaster Hansel use slides very well, and the grammar log is something we can learn from today. And also the quotes, it's something that we can make us motivating and for the next 2 weeks, for the next meeting. And one thing I want to suggest is in the error grammar report, I would suggest that not to mention the speaker's name or who said that, because probably someone will embarrass when he or she saw that he making mistake regarding the grammar. So what if no name in the first columns, just anonymous, and then we know that if I make that mistake, I know that is my line, that is mistake. And then also what I like the most from grammarian today is he said that English is not our first language, so no problem if sometimes you just forget of not using past or present. As long as we understand the context, you're still better, you're still safe. And don't afraid to make mistakes, a very valuable lesson from grammarian. And from ANWOD counter, Toastmaster Ranto, the slide is very beautiful. Green, blue, and white color contrast works so good. It makes us paying more attention to your slide. And he got everyone's counted on the filler word. I didn't see anyone missing in his report. One thing I can suggest to Toastmaster Ranto is after your report, probably you want to display what is your suggestion to those people that making the filler word. For example, use more pause, or instead of using so, you can use hence or therefore. So not only showing the report, but there is something we can learn from your observation. From overall, this is a very beautiful meeting. I like the theme very much. That one thing I love the most about the hero. We are celebrating Heroes Day in 4 hours. And also the word of the day is connected to the meeting. Speakers and table topic speakers work very well as evaluation. With that is all of my session. Hope we can be better every time, every week. And see you again in the next session. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, our generator evaluator. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Alvin, and let's give a round of applause also to the GE team for tonight. So yeah, we still have a time before we move to the last session. So I think I could use this time. So let's hear some words from our guests. So guest Dio, how is it? How is it like? Did you enjoy the session?
Yes, this is the first time I joined the online session.
Okay.
Previously, I joined the offline session, I think weeks ago. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So yeah, is it how do you find it? Is it different from the offline one?
Yeah, it's something different. Online, we cannot see the gesture, the full gesture, the body for each participant. Yeah.
True. Hope we could meet the next Saturday. Hope you could enjoy. Okay, so how about guest Hyrin? How is it for you? Did you enjoy the session?
Yeah, to be honest, this is my few times going to the Toastmaster, Jakarta Toastmaster, and I find it interesting, and also I like the vibes that you guys encourage us to just be confident, and it's okay to make a mistake, and that's why we are here. We're learning together, and that's what I love being here. And also, just for an early information, I am joining Toastmaster of Jakarta.
Ooh, nice to hear that from you. Are you planning to like come the next offline meeting?
Yeah, I have a plan to come to the offline meeting, but I don't know what will comes. But I try to come to the next meeting.
Okay, good to know that. Let's meet next week, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah. So for Toastmaster Gabby, are you ready for the next session for the result? Toastmaster Gabby, are you there?
Yes. away from keyboard for a while, but she gave the slide for announcement.
Okay. Let's see.
So let me share that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me share my screen in this awarding session.
Okay, so yeah, so now we come to our last session, the exciting moment that all of you have been waiting for, the awarding session, and it would lead by Toastmaster Hans.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Toastmaster Hans, the screen is yours.
And the favorite table topic speaker is Toastmaster Ulfi. Congrats, Toastmaster Ulfi. By the way, could anyone take screenshot of her?
Okay.
Well, let me put her in spotlight. Okay. Anyone?
Let me do.
Perhaps, oh, you just do selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Thank you very much for helping. And next, of course, the favorite evaluator is Toastmaster Agi. Congrats, Toastmaster Agi.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thanks to God, my mom, my dad. It's been such a really great years. Thanks to Hansel and all of the people that have chosen me for these awards. That'll be all from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, can you make a pause and while Toastmaster Ulfi is taking screenshot? And by the way, make sure that your previous screenshot is shared to, you can share to me or to other. Oh,
yeah, but Toastmaster Agi is not like on the spotlight, so could like be side by side.
I already sent it.
Wait, give me a sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ulfi, I already screenshot.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Already from Toastmaster user. Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. And it marks the end of the announcement session. So back to Toastmaster of the meeting.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans. Congratulations for me and Toastmaster Agi. Yeah, so so we have come this far for tonight's meeting, and to conclude this, I would love to close it with a quote by Mariah Carey. So if you look inside yourself and you believe you can be your own hero. So that's all from me. Thanks everyone who participate, and to all fellow Toastmaster and guests. We hope you will attend our next meeting, and I will give the control back to our Mr. President, Toastmaster Hans.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ulfi. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my gratitude towards all of you guys who have attended here. And also to our role takers, Toastmaster Ulfi as Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Israki as Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Alvin as General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ranto as Word Counter, Toastmaster Yusuf as Timer, Toastmaster Gabriel as Ballot Counter, and also Toastmaster Agi as my evaluator. Also, thank you very much for attending, Toastmaster Kairin, and also soon to be Toastmaster Dio. and also our freshly joined member, Toastmaster Fanny. Thank you very much. I would like to see you again in the next meeting. It is offline on Saturday, 19th of November. The theme will be announced soon, probably in the story tonight and later in the poster few days afterward. Thank you very much, and I would like to end this official session by pressing the stop record button.